Dr. Maddy Roth here with Roth Consulting Group, and today we are going to talk about hiring. Woo! So it is so exciting to hire employees, especially in the cash-based pelvic health space, and for a couple different reasons. You guys are probably going to be upset with some of them that I say here, but unfortunately, insurance has really limited what most PTs and OTs can make in the United States. So typical salaries for PTs and OTs are pretty low. I mean, they're the lowest in the doctorate level education. I know not all OTs are doctorates, but you get my vibe. So as business owners, we are able to hire amazing PTs and OTs and pay them well, higher than what the typical market would pay a PT or OT. And we also have quite a profit margin from that. So I know that's kind of a little awkward when you put it that way, but we know when we have profit, we can pour that money back into the business so we can help even more people and we can grow even faster. So when I was first starting my practice, I charged $130 a session. I know, too low, but I fell into all the typical pricing traps. And so I was low. I was charging $130. It was just me though, I was on a hot spot on my laptop, not much overhead anyway. And then when I hired, I actually jumped our prices to $205, which didn't affect, actually we got more patients after we increased our prices. We'll talk about that more in another episode. But I actually was making more money not treating patients because I had that price change and having someone else do it for me. So really, from a business standpoint, it really does make sense to hire. From a patient care standpoint, it does make sense to hire because the more you can hire, the more people you can help. And the only reason you maybe wouldn't hire is if you really want to keep it simple, if you don't want to deal with managing people. I do feel in a way you are doing a disservice because if you could hire, you should be in helping more people. But if that's not your jam, like if you want to keep life really simple and you do the grunt work, that's fine as well. I have no judgment on how you would like to run your business, but I just know PTs and OTs, unfortunately, don't make a lot of money in the US. So we can pay them higher than what they would make somewhere else, but also not have to do the work, which is kind of crazy to just sit at home and someone else is doing all the work. Now, I hear a lot of PT business owners in the pelvic health space cannot find an employee. And I ask you to dig deep on this a little bit. And why is that? Why can't you find an employee? Okay. We need to help these people. We need employees in order to do that. Other pelvic health PTs and OTs. I do believe we need to sometimes get creative. There are not a lot of PTs in the US, especially since reimbursement is going down. There's less and less PTs getting into the field. So I ask you, if you have been struggling to hire, it's been a year, you think you might close down your practice because you can't hire and you're just so tired. How many OTs have you interviewed? Because OTs do pelvic health too. Sorry, this is a hard truth, but a lot of PTs I see are really scared to hire OTs, and it's a shame. We need to get these OTs involved. They are amazing clinicians, and they do pelvic health as well. So if you are having trouble hiring, make sure you ask yourself, did you do an Indeed posting for PT and another separate one for OTs? Did you post your job as just pelvic floor physical therapist? Make sure you add on that OT component, because that's going to at least double your applicant pool, if not 5 times it, because at least in my area, there's a lot of OTs. It's quite saturated with OTs in Michigan. It might be different state to state. Yeah, I figure I likely won't even be able to hire many PTs because of how much of a shortage there is. So I'm getting a little nasty. So PTs, just look inside yourself. Why do we not want to hire these OTs? These poor OTs, they would love this type of job, as PTs do, but we just can't find them. Okay, I do believe it's our own self-confidence. We're scared that we can't train. We need to have the confidence that we can train anyone. If they have the right personality, the hard work, the drive, have confidence. You can train this person. If they've never done pelvic health, whether they're a PT or an OT, train them. I think we overcomplicate what we need to do to get patients better. It really is quite basic. I'm new to pelvic health. I don't know how to do all the things. I don't know how to do visceral mobilization. Very basic. Herman and Wallace, 1, 2. Our patients get better. Our patients get all the way better. And my OT that I first took on, she was in acute care. I took her on. She took Herman and Wallace 1. We trained hard. I worked with her. We collaborated. We worked it out. And all of our patients are getting really good results. So 2 things. Make sure you're opening up your job posting to OTs as well. Another thing is, make sure you're not limiting yourself because of your own self-doubt that you are capable of training. You are capable of bringing someone on and taking them to the next level so you can help more patients. So we need to get over ourselves a little bit. We're not God. We can treat other people to heal. We're not the ultimate healer. We all have the ability to help others if we've gone to PT or OT school. All right, if you are stuck, you've tried trying to hire a PT, you've tried trying to hire an OT, and you're still stuck, yeah, I think we can look into PT assistants and OT assistants. Shout out to them. They're amazing clinicians and know so much about treatments. I do feel, at least this is my opinion, it can get a little tricky with pelvic health being so intimate and doing an evaluation, going so in depth and developing this amazing rapport, and then having to switch them off your schedule. You are still kind of stuck in the clinic if you want to have the ability to not treat patients down the road, or if you want to just treat a couple, you're stuck in the clinic. You have to do the evaluations. So that is the one downside to taking on a PT or OTA. But if your area, if you're rural, sometimes that is your best bet if you cannot find another PT or OT. So thanks for tuning in today. It was some hard truths, some awkward things to talk about. Again, I ask you to look inside yourself. If you haven't been able to hire, have you exhausted all options? Truly. Yep, probably not. And have confidence. You can train, and if you need help with training new staff to pelvic health, feel free to shoot me a message, dr.maddy_Roth on Instagram, and I'll send you resources. It is a lot. The final thing I would recommend, if you're hiring one person, to create video trainings of your treatment techniques, because then when you hire a second PT or OT, it's already recorded. So I have about 6-7 hours of video trainings that my new PTs and OTs have to go through before they start. And it is geared to someone that's never done pelvic health, that's never done cupping. It's really basic how to do scar mobilization, but I created the videos basically like I'm training my little sister that's in the financial field, knows nothing about the pelvic floor or the pelvis or the human body, and training her on how to heal all of these cases. So it is doable. And little tip to record so you don't have to do double duty with the training. And if you add on another one, or your current employee gets pregnant and has to go and you got to find another one, it's already done for you. Okay, well, I was a few thoughts. Hope I didn't rub anyone the wrong way. Just saying some hard truths on here. And again, I'll say it a million times. Why do we do all this? It is so we can help more people and help inspire people to live their best lives and reach their goals and fulfill their purpose in life. So, hiring allows us to do so. And we can make a really positive influence in the lives of our staff as well. And they feel great, and we feel great, and it's all happily ever after. So hope you have a great day. Tune in to next week's episode, and feel free to leave comments or concerns on this controversial little discussion here. Thanks so much. Bye.